as you begin to navigate who you want present at your baby's birth, you might find that you don't actually want your partner present, which sounds kind of taboo, right? Women work so hard to be able to have their partners present during birth. It sounds crazy that we might not want them there, but there are so many legitimate reasons why a mother might not want the baby's father or, again, the romantic partner present at the birth. A few reasons that I've encountered. One was a mom who had a husband that got super squeamish whenever he saw blood or needles. Just being in the hospital made him turn as white as a ghost. He would just get totally freaked out in the hospital. And the mom was worried, and rightly so, that being in the labor and delivery room would make him kind of spin out. And instead of her getting the attention that she needed, the husband would end up getting all of the medical attention. And so that concerned her. I had another mom who had a partner who was very, very attentive. Like anytime the mom was sick, her partner would always be asking her, like, do you want soup? Do you want this? What can I get you? And she was actually worried that during birth, her partner would be like too all over her and would be distracting her from just like breathing and focusing and going within. Both situations totally legitimate. With the situation with the dad that would get queasy, they made a plan. I was the doula. We made a plan where the dad would be in the waiting room until the very end when the baby was emerging, because that was the part that was really important to him. And so we also had a nurse assigned to him. So he came into the room, and this nurse, her only job was to like watch the dad. And if he was about to faint, she would care for him. He did okay, but that was a plan, a unique plan that worked great for that couple. With the other couple, we had a similar situation. The partner, she would stay in the waiting room, and she would just come in at different times when the birthing mother requested her presence, and that worked really well for them. So first off, I want you to realize if this is something that you're going through, and you might not have a reason yet. You might just have this inkling that, like, for whatever reason, I don't think I want my partner there. Don't beat yourself up. Realize that there probably are some legitimate reasons there, and realize that it also likely does not mean that there's something fatally wrong with your relationship. A lot of women don't even want to acknowledge for themselves, they don't even want to acknowledge that they don't want their partner there, because again, it opens up Pandora's box of like, is this the person I should be with? I don't know. Take a step back and realize, again, there's probably a more simple explanation for why you don't want them there. So what to do? Before you talk to your partner about it, I would really recommend taking some time really unpacking what your reasons are. Do some journaling about it. Think about it. It's like, what is it about my partner or the circumstances of our labor that make me not want them there? An example of, a birth circumstance would be if you really, really want a home birth and that is the only thing you're comfortable with, and your partner is absolutely not comfortable with it. In that kind of situation, maybe you don't want them present at the birth, because if they're really tense and they're really nervous that something is going to go wrong, that could totally screw up your birthing energy. So again, another legitimate reason why you might not want your partner there. So start to unpack those reasons. You can maybe talk to a friend who won't judge to help you kind of figure it out. And once you have your reasoning, and maybe you can start to come up with a plan for what you want to do with it, then talk to your partner. And with your partner, gently explain. It's like, it's not personal, but these are my reasons. If there are heavier reasons that you come up with, it can be really supportive to have this discussion in the presence of a therapist, a couples counselor, to help you work through what's going on. And if your partner resists your request to not have them there at birth, which is very possible, number one, I want you to remember, as tricky as this is, especially because pregnant women, of course, we want to minimize discord and disagreement, especially with our partner. But remember that childbirth is really all about you and the baby. And what's best for the baby is often what you intuitively feel is best for you. And while childbirth is so significant and monumental, it's really just a drop in the ocean of the baby's life. And remind your partner that they are going to be there for all of the other moments of the baby's life. But if them not being in that room is going to help you have an easier birth experience, then I really think you should advocate for that. And you can also change your mind during birth. If they're not present and you realize, oh my God, I actually really want them there, call them in. You have every right to change your mind. But again, as tricky as it is to go down the road of asking that your partner not be present during birth, or at least not present during pieces of the birth, it doesn't have to be all or nothing. Know that that is something that can totally make a huge difference in your birth experience and can really serve you if you can find the courage to examine what's going on and have that conversation. If you have questions about this or you need support about how to navigate this journey, please reach out in the comments below, or you can also privately email me in the email listed below.